Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Whoppa Wit Da Choppa, SpinaBenz, and Julio Foolio. Now, Julio Foolio has been going viral lately because of his hit song, When I See You. But that isn't the only thing going viral. Julio Foolio himself has posted on social media talking about his two interviews, or his two parts of his interview with Say Cheese is also going viral. I mean, Julio Foolio, Jacksonville, everybody's looking at everything that's going down with Jacksonville hip hop right now because of these big songs and these viral hits, and a lot of attention. A lot of fans are just clinging to it because of the drama too. Let's keep it real. Now, some names that are synonymous with the drama in Jacksonville hip-hop are SpinaBenz and Whoppa Wit Da Choppa. Now, SpinaBenz and Whoppa Wit Da Choppa were two of the main rappers. They were actually the first two rappers on Who I Smoke. And SpinaBenz kicked it off, and Whoppa Wit Da Choppa batted clean up, man. They killed the verses. Everybody appreciates that, right? Well, of course, now Julio Foolio. And Julio Foolio addressed both of them in the interview that he did with Say Cheese. And he brought receipts and put it on social media. So they took to social media, specifically Whoppa Wit Da Choppa, a.k.a. Big Doochie, and said some things about Julio Foolio and Say Cheese. Whoppa Wit Da Choppa did Say Cheese, man. I was like, wow, man. Now, I don't know if he's playing around or not, but before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And man, make sure you hit them likes and run them likes up. We're trying to get 1,000 likes on this video. Now let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Whoppa Wit Da Choppa and Julio Foolio going back and forth on social media behind this Say Cheese interview. Now, first and foremost, Julio Foolio is a Jacksonville rapper that's getting a lot of attention lately, right? It looks like his blow up is coming, man. I mean, how many days has When I See You been trending on the top of the YouTube trending charts? You know what I mean? It looks like it's a good look for Julio Foolio, and that's going to bring a lot of shows, a lot of features, a lot of attention. And he's using this attention to still diss the ops, even in his interviews. Now, he didn't even mention them by name, but when he took to social media, he did. Now, Julio Foolio took to social media and posted this picture right here, and you could definitely see who it is. It's Whoppa Wit Da Choppa. Now, in the interview, he also said a couple of things about these cats. But man, let's look at the whole post and break it down. Now, Julio Foolio used some colorful language, so I have to improvise a little bit, but not that much. But he jumped out the window with this post right here a couple of days ago, and it said this. It said, definition of a fan: make 1,000 diss songs about me, but you was shaking your tail feather in my video back in 2015. And you was drinking all our liquor for free, broke, dirty, you know what, laughing emojis. Look how he looking at us. Like, man, lost his you know what, hating, how you 6K. You was a fan. Now, Julio Foolio must have shook up the hornet's nest because Whoppa Wit Da Choppa felt inclined to respond. Now, he didn't respond to that post directly, but a lot of people were in his mentions bringing up that post because it's clearly a picture of him there being circled. And Julio Foolio is clearly calling him and SpinaBenz out for being fans of him originally and then changing sides up and going and getting with Young and Ace. Now, Young and Ace and SpinaBenz and Whoppa Wit Da Choppa and Fast Money Goon, they got a hit song on their hands, right? But Julio Foolio stepped out with When I See You, and it was a surprise for everybody. Nobody thought it was going to do the numbers that it did, because even their response initially with Kojak only did like 2 million. Now this thing is just running it up. So it's looking like it's on the pace of doing what Who I Smoke did, or even, getting close to it or something like that. So it's drawing a lot of criticism for a lot of people, and it's drawing a lot of people who want to interview those involved. Just like Whoppa Wit Da Choppa and SpinaBenz went on Dirty Glove, that Julio Foolio just went on Say Cheese. Now, while in his interview with Say Cheese couldn't help but ask him about the situation. Of course he would. Now, I want to talk about this immediately, so you guys don't think I have any problem with Say Cheese. I don't. I think he's really good at what he does, and he's a good addition to the hip hop game on social media and online. His news updates are on point. Dude is doing his thing. I ain't got no problem with Say Cheese. Now, in the interview, he asked Julio Foolio about what's the beef. This isn't his first time interviewing Julio Foolio. He used to interview Julio Foolio back in the past. Even a couple of months ago, they talked about it in an interview. And he asked him, what's up with all this stuff with Who I Smoke and When I See You? And basically, Julio Foolio, without saying names, tried to play it off like Whoppa Wit Da Choppa and SpinaBenz were fans of his. That all of a sudden they dropped the song and it's no big deal to him because, in Jacksonville, they've been dissing back and forth for a while, man. It's only the rest of the country and the world that are starting to catch on. But diss songs back and forth, that's been a regular thing and it's not a thing to him. Now, Whoppa Wit Da Choppa must have felt offended by that because he took to social media to make a post to defend himself and to talk about how he felt about the interview. And he said this right here. Now, Whoppa Wit Da Choppa was obviously upset because he wasn't sparing anybody. He went in on everybody, including the blogger Say Cheese, man. Now, at the top, you can even see he added Say Cheese, and that's Say Cheese's real name, I believe, Sean Cotton, or either that's his business name. And he basically said this. He said, Sean Cotton made a whole interview about me. This cat's so lame. Laughing emojis. I can't wait to see, folks. In real life, basically. And I had to improvise a little bit because he said some words and used some terminology that we could not use on this platform, but he obviously is upset at the fact that Say Cheese asked some questions that he felt were, pointed at him or made the interview or that portion of the interview about him. I think they've only did 3 parts so far, and it's been interesting. And like I said, it's been trending, man. This is probably the most trending interview on YouTube right now. Everybody wants to hear what Julio Foolio's got to say, especially after dropping a hit, a viral hit, after everybody counted him out when Who I Smoke dropped. Everybody was looking at him a certain type of way. And it looks like he's back on his grind. And he wanted to talk about the fact that he knew these cats before all of this. Now, is this a bad look? I don't know, man. I don't think Whoppa Wit Da Choppa is a hypocrite if he used to hang out with Julio Foolio and them back in the day as a little kid or whatever. It looks like he was super young in that video. I don't know how young he was in the video. I know he's older than SpinaBenz, and I know that they're brothers. But it seems like, man, I don't know. I can't take any points off the board for that because when you're young and trying to figure things out, it is what it is. Now, if there's some real things that happen in the street behind them and now there's a separation, obviously you're going to choose one side over the other. Now, I wish they would all just chill with all this anyway and get back to just chilling. But like Julio Foolio said in the interview, man, once it's been taken to that level and it's been this type of stuff that's happened and everybody who follows this understands the implications, and hopefully someday cooler heads will prevail, man. I'm still wishing on that point, or at least they could just stay in their different sides of the room and nobody get, taken out of this situation, because they're dropping better music and they're dropping more music and getting more attention than they ever got. You know what I mean? So it's time for Jacksonville rappers to go ahead and excel to the top of the rap charts, man. It's time to really start doing some things with all this attention they're getting. But, maybe that's me being an optimist. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think Whoppa Wit Da Choppa should be offended that Say Cheese interviewed Julio Foolio and brought up his past and tried to paint him as a hypocrite or like he's backstabbing or something like that? Or do you feel that Julio Foolio and Sean Cotton having an interview about what the past was and just talking about the details of the beef and all that is just what the interview is for, entertainment and no more than that. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah, man, make sure y'all run them likes up. And we out.